In Washington, the House passed a bill today to force the Department of Justice to release its files on the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. That bill now goes to the Senate for approval. The measure secured enough bipartisan support to head straight to the House floor last week. If signed into law, the bill would require the Attorney General to release all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials related to Epstein and his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell within 30 days of signing. Republican Representative LaHood said in a statement that anyone involved in Epstein's crimes must be charged to the full extent of the law. Meanwhile, Democratic Representative Sorensen agreed, saying the vote shows no one is above the law and that victims deserve justice.